Bob. How are you today?
Not so good, actually. My back is acting up again.
Where does it hurt?
Right down here in the small of my back. Every time I move, it aches. I think I pulled something lifting a tote pan this morning.
Why don't you have a seat, Bob? We'll take some time to talk about your back and discuss correct lifting techniques.
Okay.
You know, Bob, back problems are very common. 8 out of 10 Americans will experience a painful back episode at some time during life. 100 million Americans have serious back problems, and over 250,000 will have back surgery each year. Back pain is one of the leading causes of lost work time due to injury. We've now discovered that with proper education, a large percentage of these injuries can be prevented.
What can I do to prevent these problems?
First of all, let's find out how you are lifting. Since your back is bothering you, I won't ask you to demonstrate. I'll just show you 3 diagrams. You tell me which one you think represents the correct technique. A, B, or C.
B looks like the correct method. He's lifting with his legs. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Crouch down and let your legs do all the lifting, right?
That's a common misconception. The key to lifting properly involves assuming a posture which will decrease stress on your lower back. The lower back should be bowed in, not out. Diagram A represents the correct method.
Are you kidding?
It is true, and allow me to explain why. Let's take a look at this model of the spinal column over here. The spine contains 24 bones called vertebrae, most of which are separated by a shock absorber called a disc. The vertebral column houses and protects your spinal cord. The spinal cord is the central cable which connects your computer to the rest of your body. Attached to the vertebrae are muscles and ligaments which support the spine. First of all, notice that the spine is not a straight rod. It is naturally curved. These curves are normal and should be maintained at all times by correct posture. Let me show you a few diagrams so you will know what is in your back and have an idea of how it works. This diagram shows the intervertebral disc. The discs are a series of gristle-like ligaments around a jelly center. The disc acts as a hydraulic shock absorber and allows movement of your spine. You've heard of a slip disc?
I sure have. That's pretty serious, isn't it?
Well, there really is no such thing as a disc slipping. What happens is that through wear and tear, cracks develop in the layers of the disc. The jelly flows into these cracks and causes the disc to be overbalanced to one side. This puts pressure on the nerves running out of your spinal cord. This is called a herniated disc. If enough injuries occur to your disc and all the layers tear, the jelly will flow to the outside. This is called a ruptured disc. If you think you have sustained a disc injury, as with any serious injury, it is important that you immediately consult a physician. The next diagram shows the ligaments of the back. Ligaments are strong, fibrous bands which hold your bones together and limit your motion. You'll notice that the front ligament on the belly side of your spine is very wide. It is extremely strong and thoroughly protects the front wall of the disc. The back ligament is weaker, especially in the lower back where you need the most support. The movement of your back is controlled by muscles. Muscles are attached to bones by tendons. All of these structures are subject to injury, such as sprains and strains. Does all of this make sense to you now?
Yeah, this is all very interesting, but what do I have to do to keep my back from aching?
Well, you can start by sitting up straight. Slouching causes overstretching of your back supportive structures. In order to prevent strain, your lower back must maintain its normal posture or position at all times. Back problems are not caused by one improper lift. Back problems are the result of bad habits practiced day in, day out, at home, at work, and at play. You've heard the old adage, the straw that broke the camel's back?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the last time you lifted that toe pin improperly was the last straw. Let's take a look at these diagrams on lifting again. When you allow your lower back to bow out, the muscles, ligaments, and the back of the discs can be injured by overstretching. When you bow in your lower back, all of the bones, muscles, ligaments, and discs are held together in their normal position. This is the best method of decreasing stress on your back during all activities. Is this any clearer?
Yeah, I guess so.
You don't sound too convinced. Tell you what, do you have a few minutes?
Sure.
Come with me. I think I know someone who can convince you. Hi, Jim.
Hey, Mary.
How are you today?
Good, thanks.
Nice to see you. I'd like to introduce you to Bob.
Hey, Jim. How you doing?
Jim?
Good.
Bob's working at the plant, and he's having problems with his back. I have a hunch it might be caused by improper lifting techniques. And I was wondering if you might have time to give him a demonstration on the proper way to lift objects.
I'd be glad to, Mary. I think that the lift that would be most relevant to what we're talking about is known as the deadlift. Why don't you come on over here and permit me to demonstrate? Here's how it's done. Keep your back bowed in while bending over. Keep the weight as close to your body as possible. With your back muscles erect, using your leg muscles, raise up with your head first. If you must turn, turn with your feet first. Never twist or jerk. Put the weight back down, still keeping your lower back bowed in.
You know, you're right, it does make sense. I've seen weightlifters doing deadlifts before, but I never realized their technique could help me in lifting things at the plant. Thanks a lot, Jim.
Well, Jim, thank you very much for the demonstration. We're going to be heading back to the plant now. Have a good workout.
See you later. Nice meeting you, Bob, and take care of that back. It's the only one you've got.